Let me tell you about my desk. My desk is next to the window. On my first day, there were 3 available desks. One was next to the printer, one was next to Marcus, one was next to the window. I chose correctly. On my desk, from left to right, my laptop, my notebook, my pen. Always a black Pilot G2 0.7 millimeters. My coffee, and a small plant from Diana. The plant is still alive. I consider this a personal achievement. Everything has a place. Everything stays in its place. Except the Post-its. The Post-its are new. There are 2 of them, inside my notebook. I put them there because it was the most logical place. That is all. On Tuesday morning, I arrived at 7:43, made my coffee, sat down. I opened my notebook. I looked at the Post-its for a professionally appropriate amount of time. I closed the notebook. Then I took a new one. Yellow. I wrote 4 words. Dinner, Friday, you choose. I looked at it for 6 minutes. I placed it under the edge of her keyboard at 7:51. She arrives at 9. I was aware of this. At 9:47, a Post-it appeared on my laptop. 1 word. Yes. Friday arrived. I got to the restaurant at 7:28. Sandra arrived at 7:31. She was wearing something dark green. I noticed this and immediately stopped noticing it. We talked. She is, and I want to be precise, very easy to talk to. I expected silences. There were none. Or there were, but the comfortable kind. The kind that don't need to be filled. At 8:14, my phone rang. The manager. Emergency meeting. 20 minutes. I looked at Sandra. She had heard. I said, I have to go. The way you say something when you really don't want to say it. She said, go. Calm, unbothered, like she had already made peace with this before I had. I left. The meeting was about quarterly alignment. It lasted 47 minutes. I remember nothing. The next morning, a Post-it on my laptop. 2 words. Next time, then. I now have 4 Post-its in my notebook. This is a storage issue and nothing more. Sandra is at her desk, working. She has not looked up. But she said next time. There is going to be a next time.